I've mentioned many times on my channel that I've been pursuing content creation since the year 2016, and within those years I have learned a lot about the struggle of turning this career that I think is often idealized in the minds of those who aspire for it into an actual full-time and adequately profitable business. I know that for me personally, my mindset was not originally focused on my audience as much as it was focused on me just wanting to be a content creator for all of the idealized reasons in which many of us want to be a content creator. And a lot of us want to be a content creator because it's fun, right? You basically get to post about whatever you want in whatever niche it is you choose to post in and whatever it is you personally enjoy and have an interest in. So there's a lot of freedom with content creation that you don't get with a lot of other jobs, in which there is a set curriculum of what you do and are responsible for, and which you pretty much repeat over and over again. On the other hand, it's a lot less easy to get bored as a content creator because you have so much more capacity for creativity, and you hold the power in choosing to expand the curriculum that you set for yourself within your career. And if you are someone who is creating in some form of art, whether that be fashion, photo shoots, writing, or any other medium, the possibilities for what you can do with your content is quite literally endless. Now, don't get me wrong, all these positives to being a content creator do still exist, but the more and more you look into actually being able to monetize your content and make a decent profit with it, the more and more you realize that being a content creator is still very much a part of the capitalist system in which our society runs, despite how much it may seem as a means of breaking away from it. As an inexperienced beginner to content creation, your vision of your past success has a high possibility of being unrealistic. And I don't say that to discourage anyone from pursuing content creation, but having an understanding of the capitalist structure of content creation can help you on your path towards actually making money with this career versus putting tons of content out for free and only making chump change, if anything. I do also want to mention that even if you are at that point where you are making minimal amounts of money, I don't mean to discredit how deserving that feat is of a pat on the back or a celebration, because to finally be able to make any amount of money doing what you love, even if it isn't enough to fully support yourself just yet, is absolutely an incredible and exciting benchmark to reach as a content creator. And I will celebrate right along with you if you are at that point or are getting to that point, because I definitely know all too well that struggle of reaching a point of monetization. Back to what I was saying about having an unrealistic vision for financial success with content creation. I came across this TikTok, or it might have been just an Instagram reel, of a woman applying her lipstick in her car as she's getting ready to leave for the day, and the caption on the video reads, "Me on my way back to my corporate job after making about $300 in 3 months as a full-time content creator." And then another creator interrupts the video and she shares her statistics of how much she made in 8 months as a content creator with billions of views on TikTok, but her monetary gains ended up only being about $2,000, which she pointed out is only enough for approximately 2 months' rent in an average US city. And so once you do actually reach that point of being able to monetize, you may come to find that the income you can get as a content creator, even when you have videos getting millions to billions of views or have a large following, may not actually be enough to support much of anything. And so this is where the understanding of capitalism comes into play. The capitalist society in which we live is structured in a hierarchy of power and wealth. This can be visualized in a pyramid, with the point of the pyramid being CEOs and owners of businesses with the most power and money, trickling that money down to the bottom of the pyramid, where your average minimum wage workers exist to partake in the more laborious tasks and receive the lowest payment of the cheddar. And as a starting content creator, you are none other than at the bottom of that pyramid. You put in the labor of creation, playing all parts of a creative team, and you receive a trickle of the money from the company in question if you have met their criteria. Both of the women who posted these experiences of being paid little to nothing as content creators were Black women, and I do not think this was coincidental. The credit, opportunities, and equity for people of color as creators exists in the same limited fashion as it does in the non-internet world. I've actually had my own personal experience with this as a content creator and a person of color, recognizing that I am also light-skinned and white passing. Now, I cannot say hands down for certainty why I didn't get paid for my first brand collaboration, but I actually follow and support another creator who had booked the same exact sponsorship as me, and she was paid exactly on time and had no issues, and I'm gonna get further into that in just a second. I'm not saying any of this to put this brand on blast. I'm merely telling my story and my experience and how I am navigating monetizing my work as a content creator after this experience. I have the receipts of this brand informing me through email that my work was adequate and that I could expect to be paid within a month after I had posted for them. I was super happy and excited, even though I was only supposed to be getting $100 for my work. I was finally making money as a content creator, so I was just waiting for that month to go by and for my payment to go through. Obviously, after the month went by, I never got paid. I tried to reach out using the email I had used to contact the brand with during the process of me accepting the collaboration, receiving the products, and sending the digitals, but no response. So I DM'd the other creator who had the same collaboration with the exact brand and asked her about her experience, and she let me know she didn't have any sort of issues. So I was trying to figure out why I might not have received payment, and I was like, maybe they didn't end up paying me because I sent 2 photos and a video instead of just 1 photo. And I was explaining to her how that would be pretty low of them since I went above and beyond expectations. But maybe because the contract had only asked for 1 photo, they were considering that a breach of contract and didn't want to pay me. And the other creator told me, oh, well, that shouldn't have been a problem because I did the same exact thing. And so I started thinking more about what it could be. And this was before I had an OnlyFans account, so I know that association could not have been the issue. Coincidentally, the fact that I did not get paid by this first collaboration is one of the motivating factors for me to start a subscription service platform where I can most definitely monetize my work. But I started to really look into the creators that I was seeing turn this side hustle into their full-time jobs and be able to make an actual living off of it. And I came to the realization that a lot of them were white. In fact, the majority of the top paid creators on every platform, TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube, are white, despite many trends stemming from Black culture and other people of color. Again, I'm not saying this is any sort of definite reason as to why I didn't get paid, because I honestly don't know. But the reality of racial inequity continues to exist in the online space just as much as within the real world. The capitalist structure of those at the top of the hierarchy ensuring they get the most financial gain also exists within the online space, to the point where micro-influencers are seeing very little opportunity for actually being paid and are all but being scammed of their time and efforts. The majority of legitimate brand collaboration opportunities to reach out to a micro-influencer are those wanting a product for digital trade versus actually paying the creator in money for their time. So in other words, this is when a company offers to send something for free to a creator for a promotional post or video in return. However, free products don't pay bills. A brand offering exposure for a creator does not get rent paid for. And so the question of how can someone grow as a content creator and turn their online presence into a full-time, adequately profitable position to be able to support themselves is definitely a question worth figuring an answer to. And I am going to tell you what I believe to be some of the best and most reliable methods for doing this. Number 1, utilizing a subscription service platform such as OnlyFans or Patreon to create content on and receive payments directly from those subscribed. There's a number of subscription service platforms that you can utilize. My script is going so fast right now. There's a number of subscription service platforms that you can utilize, probably the most well-known being OnlyFans and Patreon, but these platforms allow for those interested in your content to be able to sign up for whatever it is you are posting, and they have to pay a fee of which they will be charged monthly. So these platforms allow you to start earning money by individual subscription. Therefore, even if you have a smaller following at this moment in time, you can at least start monetizing your content and slowly earning with a transactional payment that is more directly collected into your earnings versus having to rely on a brand or company's marketing team to eventually pay you at some point within the next 1 to 3 months or any various time frame, which is a very common thing seen with sponsorships. Number 2. If you can create some sort of program or online course that is valuable to your audience, you can also more directly sell that to your audience via a link that can be connected to your various social medias. So a lot of creators have a main page or website in which all of their other social medias and products or services are linked. I use this link in bio tool called Beacons, but many people also use Linktree, and there's a wide variety of different link in bio apps that can be used. Most, if not all, of these pages allow you to connect a self-made document, image, or video, so that would be your program or course, to your page, where again, people who are interested in that program or course will be required to pay to access the information. Unlike the subscription platforms, this won't be a recurring payment for as long as a person is signed up, but a one-time payment in exchange for some sort of knowledge. So although link in bio tools do take a percentage of the income, for Beacons they take 10%, and the transactional service Stripe connected to that also has a processing fee that takes a small portion of the money, about 10% as well. So pretty much you are left with about 80% of the selling price. But again, the benefit of this method of online income is that you are earning a more direct transactional monetary gain directly from your audience versus relying on a company or business to eventually pay you at some point in time when their marketing team finally pulls through and makes good on your deal. Number 3, similar to attaching a program or course to a link in bio page, you can also attach a product. And there are different ways in which you can create your own products online without having to spend any money in the production of that product. I haven't utilized this method just yet, but I know you can create certain products of your own design on Amazon and make a profit off the products you sell after Amazon, of course, takes their share. So you're likely to receive about 80% of the selling price, which I think we can conclude is pretty standard at this point. I think that this method of creating a product and selling it online could be an entire separate video of its own, in which I go into more detail, because I am definitely going to utilize this method myself. And so definitely let me know if any of you would be interested in seeing me go through that process, and I might just make it my next video. Now for method number 4, this may not be the quickest route to monetizing, but I do think it is a more reliable means of income compared to other online methods. Once you are able to reach the requirements as a creator in the YouTube Partner Program, the AdSense payment cycle is monthly. So this more similarly replicates a paycheck from a traditional job, in which you can expect to have a payment come through on a designated schedule. This method is reliable in the fact that you can expect regular payments to your account monthly, although the value of those payments may or may not be consistent each month depending upon your views and clicks within the month. So I would say this means of monetizing is somewhat comparable to making an income based on commission versus an hourly rate, because your pay will depend on the performance of your content and how viewers interact with the ads. So all these methods that I just mentioned, other than the YouTube Partner Program, are all methods that you can use to start earning money as a creator, regardless of the size of your following. Obviously, as you grow and the larger following you get, the increased chance for potential customers will also grow along with that. But that doesn't mean you can't at least get started with where you are right now. These methods also don't rely on an outside brand to pay you, but require more direct payments from your audience to you. The last thing that I want to emphasize with all of this is that it's extremely important to know your audience and to be providing that specific audience with material they find valuable and that they feel will be genuinely worth spending money on. Alright everybody, that is all that I have for this video, so thank you so much for watching. If you're at this point right now, be sure to give this video a thumbs up if it gave you any good information, and hopefully I'll be seeing you all in my next video. Till next time.